Hey guys, welcome back. It's Jen, and today I'm going to teach you how to make the most naturally delicious and flavorful apple cake. It's kind of like if an apple pie and cake had a baby. It's that good. Here's the tools you're going to need if you want to take a quick screenshot of this. First, I like to peel and cut my apples. Don't do this too far in advance though, because they will start to brown, but if you do pretty quick, you'll get them in there before they brown. Otherwise, you can leave it to the end. I like my apples super crispy, so my favorite sweet apple is Fuji, and my favorite tart apple is Granny Smith. But you can choose your favorite apple to put in your cake. Just think about how it will taste with the sweetness of the cake and what kind of flavor you're looking for. Do you want an even sweeter cake, or do you want some sour added to it? I like doing a little of both because then you get a little bit of that sweet and sour extra flavor in there. But it's important that the apples you choose are considered baking apples so they don't fall apart while you're baking. So just Google if your apple that you want to do is a baking apple. There's so many different types of apples out there. I think it's just best to do it that way than for me to give you a list that may be incomplete. So first, let's cream the butter and sugar on medium speed until it's light and fluffy, so for about 3 minutes. Next, we're going to add the eggs one at a time, scraping the bowl in between, and just beat this until well combined. Then you are going to add the vanilla and rum. In a separate bowl, mix together your dry ingredients, so your flour, baking powder, and salt. And just make sure you measure the flour correctly. So you're going to want to spoon it into the measuring cup and then level it off. While your mixer's on low, just slowly add the dry ingredients until well combined, and then just make sure you scrape it really well in between. And when this is all mixed and well combined, you can go ahead and take your bowl off your mixer and fold in your chopped up apples with a rubber spatula. Now these have browned slightly, but once they're baked, you won't be able to tell, so this is fine. Okay, the batter is done. Make sure your cake pan is prepared before you pour your batter in. I highly recommend using homemade cake goop, which is just equal parts vegetable oil, vegetable shortening, and flour. It has never let me down. It's amazing. Just coat your entire pan with it and it'll come right out every time. This recipe only makes one 9-inch cake layer, but I have an extra batch of batter, so that's why you're seeing more than one pan here. Make sure to really level out the batter with the spatula because there's apples that are going to try to stick up on you. You can sprinkle some granulated sugar on top of the cake batter before you put it in the oven. When I do this, I put about a tablespoon if it's a 9-inch cake layer. I did not do this in this video because the frosting I'm using for this, I don't need any extra sugar. So this should take about 40 minutes to bake, but make sure to check it before that. You're going to be checking for it to look golden brown. And then when a toothpick comes out clean, insert it in the center. It's also a sign that it's done. If you're going to be stacking your cake layers like me, if this is domed up at all, you're going to want to push that down by putting a kitchen towel over the cake and pushing it down with an oven mitt till it's flat. I cannot express enough how good this smells. So yummy! Let it cool in the pan for 10 minutes before you flip it out. Go ahead and flip your cake out of the pan onto a cooling rack and let it cool to room temperature. Then wrap it in aluminum foil and put it in a Ziploc freezer bag and put it in the freezer. I freeze it because it makes the cake even more moist. If you're not going to frost your cake, you can go ahead and thaw it out to room temperature before serving and sprinkle some confectioner's sugar on top for decoration if you'd like. You could also serve this warm right out of the oven if you want more of an apple pie effect. So that's it, guys. You know how to make a delicious apple cake. Thank you so much for watching and can't wait to see you next time.